3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to Grounds After Rounds.
There, what is it?
Pumpkin spice cold brew.
Oh, nice.
Would you have wanted one? Would you want?
I might
I
have.
almost got you one, and I was
partaken,
like,
but I appreciate. That's all right. I could have asked. I should have asked. I thought about.
Well, I was like, I almost texted you because I did it as soon as I dropped off Fee because that was a struggle today because she hasn't been in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So that was a little separation anxiety today. I was just like, I need something. He's like, maybe I should get one back. He's like, I don't want to get it and he not drink it.
Right.
It's like, but I also figure I thought about it later. It's like, I feel like when all else, if you're not sure, get you a tall black coffee. Yeah.
So I did get a pumpkin spice latte from Dunkin' last week from my podcast with Andy because I could fit it into my numbers.
I still need to watch that. When I saw it was Andy, I was like,
it was so fun. Awesome. But oh my God, I had a headache. I had such a headache.
Straight syrup too with them. Yeah.
For like 3 hours afterwards. And my I was a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know I think it's definitely the sugar, it's the cream.
Yeah.
Like all that.
I'm probably going to feel the same with this because I'm probably going to get the same because I haven't actually I've been cutting out coffee, A, from the part of stop relying on it, B, I need to stop spending money on it.
Yeah.
And so this is actually the first coffee I've had. I had a coffee Wednesday morning. And it was just it was a La Colombe, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's the first coffee I've had. And this is, other than that, like 2.5, 3 weeks.
Okay.
I feel like. And so I got this, I'm probably like going to regret this later, but it's so good.
It's so good now.
So,
all right. I love it. I'm in big time.
Cool. Also,
and my phone Google Voice has done something because it won't send GIFs now. So
it would send it as I got your
picture.
GIFs. So it sends me this. So this.
That was the first one.
And then it sent me this.
So that was me.
Download it.
I sent the link. So I think that's what I've been relegated to now.
And when do I send you GIFs? Are they really tiny?
When you send me videos, they are, but your GIFs come through.
Okay. I don't know why that does that.
So yeah, I think I don't know. We'll see what Google does. They do this every few years where Hangouts got crappy, so then we switch to Voice. Then Voice kind of gets crappy, so I go back to Hangouts.
Yeah.
And now Hangouts is supposedly like twilighting, and so I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. Or maybe I'll just stop sending texts.
It's true. Do you ever want to just go back to the dark ages?
I do. No, I mean not like the real dark ages, because
those are the best.
No,
Ozzy Osbourne.
Wait, what?
Huh?
I thought you were talking about like the 1200s. When
sometimes I wish we go back to the dark ages of not being able to get in someone like immediate.
That was nice.
Immediate.
That was like the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I remember using payphones and beepers.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad had beepers for his business. Mm-hmm. So I had a beeper for like a good 2 years.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think I remember I never had a beeper. I think like teenagers having cell phones was like starting to become a thing when I was later in high school. And I remember my parents let me get one when I started driving because they wanted to make sure I had one just in case. But then whenever I would get in trouble, they'd take it away. And one time I got in an accident. And it was an accident. I slid off the road and my Jeep went like sideways over like a curb. I was about 3 miles from home. I just took a turn a little too fast, slid off. Got the wheel, axle, I don't know, cars, wheels and stuff. And I couldn't drive it home. And my parents had taken my phone away because I got in trouble. So I walked 3 miles home in the rain, like from
uphill
from my Route 50. They're like, "What happened?" I was like, "Got in a car accident. Couldn't call you.
Wish I had a phone. Just saying.
I was fine. Just saying." But I forget what was going that. But I remember when Michael was in high school, kids would have beepers, but you would get suspended if they found a beeper because they assumed that you were dealing drugs.
Dealing drugs, right?
Yeah. So anyway,
hashtag ICE.
ISIS.
Hashtag what? No, I don't want to join ISIS. All right, so joke week in review quickly.
Yep.
And with that week in review, we'll roll right into
and I also got these wonderful so
you've definitely switched over to the widget.
Oh, I like budgets. Yeah.
I haven't made the
Yeah.
move yet.
So I've liked it a lot for the calendar.
That's awesome.
Um,
Is it Apple Calendar or Google Calendar?
This is my Google. So you can do both, but I have Google in here,
Okay.
which has been great. And then I just like, so what's been awesome actually for Instagram posting is it like, you just click this and it just kind of gives you like, it just kind of highlights photos that are in your camera roll.
Okay.
And so so these pictures from like forever ago, like show up, I was like, oh, so many great pictures that I just don't even realize are still in there.
Yeah.
And so it's been fun coming across those. And
That's
then
awesome.
it's actually made it really nice. I'm still working on like here's the activity app for my phone right there because I'm in a competition with Devang every day. And I still have a bunch of junk on here, but yeah, I like how simple like the calendar being right there has been money for me for sure.
That's cool.
So, but anyway, but yeah, so now we have this.
What is that?
Ready? Here.
These are the sound effects.
Yeah.
So excited. I'm so 3, 2, 1, ready. Hey, folks.
Oh
no.
Let's do it again. Ready?
All right, hold on. All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Grounds After Rounds, folks.
We're in it. Buttery Bros?
Nice. What's this app? What's it called?
So it's called, there's a couple of them. And this one's called Instant Buttons.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Oh, let's hit the random button. Let's see what happens. Ready?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Cute little ducky duck.
So, but there's a lot more on here.
Okay.
So here's like all featured ones.
That you can like pay for.
Right. So yeah, so there's a membership. So I got the 3 trial. I think there's a bunch of standard ones for free, and then you can get, and then it's like constantly uploaded.
Sure. Whoa.
Oh, you know it's in here.
Free.
Yeah.
It has to be free. I mean, obviously,
like
clicked on it.
Oh, see, yeah. Here's the most popular one right now.
Yeah.
Right. We'll go ahead and let's see.
Why is that most popular? Take it easy, people. Take a breath.
Welcome to Grounds After Rounds. Oh no, that's not it. This one's fun. So, but yeah, now I think people are just like throwing on like clips from songs. I just like the basic like sound effects. So, which I'm like excited too because I lead in our weekend review.
Yeah,
and I probably start taking these and like actually adding clips. But now this will be great for later podcast, which we will not tell you what's going to happen. You just need to hang on for a minute.
Hang on.
But this will be great. So if something happens that we want to happen, we can be like, where is it? Here. Yay. You got it. Well done. Or if you don't get it.
Farts are funny.
Aren't they? So we'll see how well it picks up on this, and then we'll make
Yeah. I'll take a listen. So that's pretty funny, man. That's well done. Good research there.
And I just picked a bunch of my favorites that I think will be quick. So I made my like dashboard.
So yeah, you got some news. Something happened, but we'll deal with that. Any?
Yeah, I got this delicious pumpkin cold brew.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's so good. Probably one of the greatest things that happened in my life.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can't even remember when.
I mean, like,
because it's all in a blur.
You're so sleep deprived from having a second child. I mean, coffee just makes it so much better.
So, but yeah, we can get like. I think we should kick off with the jokes. So we got to lead off with the jokes.
Yeah,
okay.
Keep the format.
So this one, I've tried it a few times and it's fallen flat, but I feel like it's going to land here.
Okay.
And then I think I got the bad ones out of me. And this one's from Dawn Roach. Dawn Roach sent me this one. And I'm probably telling it wrong, but it still works. Why was the pepper bad at archery?
I don't know why.
Because he didn't have an arrow. Yes,
I think it's
Thank
funny.
you. Some people are like, I don't get it.
I'm easy, man.
But you have to tie in. You have to, but you also have to know it's like a pepper, habanero's a pepper.
Yeah, it's funny. It's good. I mean, telling jokes it's fun. I think we really like it.
Yeah.
I this weekend went away. A couple families. It was like the part 2 of the weekend that Drew and I took.
Right.
Took the kids, and so then all the parents of those kids that went. The 4 families kind of all went. It was cool. It was good. Though it was kind of disappointing. I didn't expect. I had to choose which bag to bring because it was just Nicole and I, and we didn't want to pack a whole lot. So I left one of my bags at home, and I just did not expect all the emotional baggage that I was going to have to deal with when I got back.
I can always tell when you're like leading into it Because like you could be so
Do I
straight-faced.
accelerate?
You accelerate, but you can tell. But you always lead off with like, I think you say, but you kind of do like that's always like your lead in.
That's my tell.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's good. It's probably a good tell because then like it broadcasts. I'll start sometimes in the story, and Nicole will go, "This is a joke, isn't it? I'm out."
Yeah. Which I think is a great lead-in actually now to Everett Ford Hoyt.
Yes.
Who his name is Everett Ford because he was born in the back of our Ford. And
No, that's a
oh my gosh. Yes.
I'm really good. I'm really good at the memory game.
For the
Do you know what? I saw you saw you hit that one. Like whenever that's on Survivor, the card flipping one, I'm yelling at the screen. No, it's 2 over. No, oh, come on. They just flipped that one. You're so dumb. And food deprived,
Yeah, right.
Starving, you're exhausted, you're sleep deprived.
Probably dehydrated.
Yeah. But whatever. I mean.
So Megan had a baby in the back of the Ford.
You took it to it. I just had innuendo.
Yeah.
That was full on. Yeah.
And but it's so funny. Like I left yesterday because I had to coach teens yesterday, and I found my sister was able to watch Fee for like an hour. I was like, "Can you just come get Fee for like an hour? Take her to the playground. Come, like, bring her back. It'll be easy to coach teens, and I'm out of here." So thank you. My appreciation early this week is like everyone that covered my classes this week. The baby was 11 days late and I needed this time. And so I really appreciate it. But I also left with the iPod in my pocket. And I realized at 6:16 last night, I texted Mary, I was like, "Holy crap, do you need the iPod?" Like I totally walked out of here with it. She goes, "No, it's hooked up to my phone." Well, I still brought it back because like I don't want to leave it, like it not be here in the morning.
Yeah.
And
I'm not sure who uses it except for you.
I think I'm probably the only one.
I think you're going to use it. Which is still fine. Still leave it because it is a nice backup to have.
No, totally.
But yeah,
we don't need it, but it's
which cracks me up. Which is I agree. Like it's good that we've become a BYOD. We're like Southwest now. Southwest Airlines, right? Bring your own device. The whole airline is they don't have any screens or TVs or whatever. They've just they spent all their money in upping their Wi-Fi. And so now they have all their offerings, but everything's bring your own device.
Oh, I like it.
Smart.
Southwest is the best.
They are.
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Sponsorship coming soon. Yeah.
Just saying.
So anyway, I came by and I dropped and it's funny. I came by, I dropped the phone off and it was like during her class. And someone said to me, they're like, so is the rumor true? And Chad said the same thing. I was like, what? And he goes, that he was born in the back of the car. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. And Mary goes, wait, you're serious? I thought you were just being Eric. I was like, I get that all the time. Like a handful of people were like, oh, I thought you were just kidding. I was like, no, he like literally was. So yeah, it was a long, crazy night. Short story long. Like our plan was to have the baby at a birth center. The birth center in Annapolis closed back in May. The next closest one was in Frederick. It's an hour away. Yes, we are aware of that. We are very happy.
I feel like people have talked to you about this.
People have opinions. People have opinions. And one person in particular, I think, really wanted to
make it known that they disagreed with your choice.
Not even that. Well, after finding out, I feel like they wanted to let an "I told you so" out.
Yeah.
And they held it back, which may have been the hardest thing for them to do, but I really appreciate it. But
wait.
So
it wasn't me, was it?
No.
Okay, good. I didn't know.
Should have been?
No, I don't know.
I give you 2 guesses of who it might have been.
I know exactly.
Yeah. So they held it back, which I appreciate. But our plan,
that you're staying gender neutral on it.
Yeah,
too.
it'd be very clear because if I could let one thing slip, they'll know. So anyway, yeah. But I'll tell you what, this birth center too. I feel like I've thought of hey, if there's not babies being born in one of these rooms, can I just stay here for the weekend? Because it's like this. I swear the rooms are like these immaculate 5-star hotel rooms. They're beautiful. Whereas the one in Arnold, Special Beginnings, looked like grandma's house. Felt like grandma's spare bedroom. So this place was really nice. And but yeah, things went fast, way faster than we thought and that we planned. But it's one of those we knew we were an hour away. When it got to the kind of oh crap point, time to get going. had we not known it was an hour away, like had we planned to go to the hospital, we probably would have just waited a little bit longer before we left. So I don't know if it being that far away really made that much of a difference.
Right.
I told Meg, and I'm curious, as someone who will never have a baby, which I am really upset about, I feel like as men we are gypped. And so I think that's
not affiliated with him.
And but I said
that's part 2. Part 1 is a couple weeks ago when the insult of his wife, or not insult. What did you?
I told her about. I was like, either she's not having either the baby's just really late, or Meg has just been gained a lot of weight.
That's right. I don't even know if you're really pregnant. Is it? Whoa, not in. I'm not. No, don't. I'm not affiliated with that statement.
Meg's like, I know you're an idiot. I don't care.
Anyway, that's good. No, I'm good. I'm good. I will offer sympathy and support, and I will carry heavy things, and you know what I mean, and support whatever professional, personal, and emotional development, and that.
This is hard. All the things.
But I'm good. I think I started this game in this orientation. I'll finish the game in this orientation.
I think this is just like me overcompensating, because a lot of the things that I'm supposed to be good at as the man, she's better at than me anyway.
So you're like, at least let me have something. So let me have something of yours.
Even if I can't, I can promise, oh man, God, I really wish I could have a baby. I can't have one, so I can say it all day long. So I'm saying,
and then you can conjecture, like, man, I'd be really good at it. I bet you I'd be so good at it. You know what? Man, you would piss so many people off. That would be almost.
It's funny.
That would almost be worth a comedy routine. You know what I mean? Like if you did it purposefully with conscious, like a Anthony Jeselnik move. Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny.
It would almost be so over the top that it would be pretty good. Genius.
It was so funny. I'm having this conversation with Meg last night just about the giving birth and going through labor, and there's so much fear around it. And these are Meg's comments. She said she feels like a lot of the pain that comes with being in labor is fear, because there's the narrative around giving birth. People are so fearful of it. And because it's going to be this awful pain.
Yeah.
So I said, I've never had a child, never will have a child. I mean, I have them, but I haven't haven't born
birth
them. I was like, of course I'm going to do this because, we own a CrossFit gym, so we're going to talk about it. But there are CrossFit WODs that you do that they hurt, but it's not a hurt I stabbed you with a knife hurt. And but you'll still come back and do it. It's this different type of hurt. And she said, yeah, it's it's pressure and you're very uncomfortable and you're in this space. And she goes, it's a different type of pain, but it's also she reminds herself that her body's made to do this. And so it's not if it wasn't supposed to feel the way it did, then the body would shut down.
Yeah. Because
it's not supposed to do that, but it is. And so that, I think those mindsets both, I mean, she's given naturally no drugs in both of them. And so I think that's her, having that mindset has helped her. Anyway, but going back to so anyway, I'll never know. I'm sure it's this amazing thing why women continue to have multiple kids after the first time. I still don't get it, but they're amazing. That's why
really good. Our brains are really good at forgetting.
That's why we're the part of the species. It's duh, what do you need me to carry to the car? Where do you need me to put this? That's about as much as I can do. That's
your Arnold.
And I can make eggs, which I overcooked the other day. Anyway.
So you're not even that good at that.
But but yeah, we left. I'll sum this up real quick. Got in the car. Took us about an hour to get there. About partway up the partway there, we pulled over because Meg thought she was ready to have it.
Oh my gosh.
And so I pulled into a parking lot. I got out. I'm on the phone with the midwife, and she's like, "What do you see?" And I was like, "I'm not sure." And she goes, "Do you see any body parts?" I was like, "Just Meg's." And they're like, "Okay." She's like, "Okay, you're good. You're good." And she's talking me through it. Our doula, who's Amanda Shepard, was a little bit ahead of us. She came back. She was a little ahead of us. She came back.
Did she handstand walk to the car? Because she is still one of the best handstand walkers we've ever had here at the gym.
Ridiculous. And then she came back.
She just came over.
She came.
Oh, okay. She just walked over. She did a handstand walk over.
No, she didn't. She just walked
okay.
over.
Okay.
She came over and she had so yeah, Meg's like, I want to keep, she's like, I want to keep going. We're still like 35, 40 minutes away. So she's like, maybe about 30 minutes away or so. And so Meg's like, I want to be in the back of the car. Eric, I want you to drive. Let's keep going. So we're driving up and I'm on the phone with midwife still. And she's like, she's coming from the opposite direction. She's like,
where's Amanda at this point?
So Amanda's in the back of the car with Meg.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Our midwife is like heading our direction.
Tell me the difference between a doula and a midwife.
So a doula the midwife is basically like, that's the person that delivers the baby. That's the doctor essentially. Yeah. The doula is almost like the coach.
Okay.
So there provides comfort. There provide like when she's going through contractions, she knows where to like kind of press on her back to kind of receive some of the pressure. It's very like emotional support, which is like, it's better support than I could give her in that moment. You know what I mean? And she could, like, if it came to the point where we had to birth in the car,
doula
could, yeah. So she could have, like, so she has that, but she doesn't have those extra qualifications that make her a midwife.
Okay.
Midwife meets us. She meets us and we're still about 15, 20 minutes away. She gets in the back of the car. Amanda jumps in her car. I'm going 95 down the highway. And I said, the midwife, she's so cool, calm, collected. Like, I'm getting ready to turn off at one point. She goes, no, don't take this exit. Take the next one. Too many stoplights. And I was like, okay. And so I'm driving, pull into the parking spot, literally put it in park. 5 seconds later, there's a baby in the back of the car.
Wow.
And it was just like, and it was just like wild. It was absolutely wild.
So you guys, what I really want to know is, did you get a refund from the birthing center since you didn't even really use the room?
I felt so we didn't use it for its intended purposes.
Right.
Again, but we got room service. Like I said, like Meg was so like depleted calorically, and they gave her waffles and peanut butter. I was like, man,
can we get another serving of that?
Yeah, like two,
please.
So yeah, I mean it was wild, but like he was healthy. Wow. She's doing well. And yeah, like it was a wild ride, but everyone's good. So it worked out. And but again, like our plan was to have the baby at the birth center. It was more to have it like in the bed there. But yeah, I mean, we wouldn't change anything. And if we decided to do that again, we'd go to the same place. But I'd said maybe next, like
just leave an hour earlier.
Yeah. Or it's like when we thought her water broke, like we weren't sure, like says Google's not very clear. Like it's maybe maybe we just get a hotel room or something and it's like nearby, you know? So, but everyone's good. It was a wild night. That's my weekend review. And yeah, like I said, we wouldn't do anything different. And yeah, it was great. So yeah, Everett Ford Hoyt, because he was literally born in the back of the Ford. Yeah.
Nice. He's going to love that. He's going to love that when he's older. He's going to hate it growing up.
I think Fiona's going to hate it when that's her first car. You know, your brother was born back here.
You're not going to hold on to that.
You were conceived back here. Oh, we'll see. It's held on. We don't. My commute's not very long.
Very true. Very true. Fourth last.
Yeah.
So nicknames.
So Meg likes the name Ev or Rhett. And I said I keep calling him Mount Everett.
Yeah.
Because he's so big. And then I just like, now we have the fish in the mountain.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So he's a big dude. But Everett, yeah, I was telling you, it means like strong and brave, wild as a boar or something like that. I was like, all right, cool. We'll see if that fits.
Yeah.
Kind of hope it does. Kind of hope it doesn't at the same time. Like, couldn't we just name him like Snail or like
sleeping all the time?
Right? Like what means
sleeps a lot?
What means old fat cat? Like it just lays around. What does that mean?
Garfield.
Yeah. Garfield. So anyway, cool. So yeah, that's our story. It was awesome. All right, so moving on. Let's get into our weekend review. All right, that was good.
All right, so we've done we did a little homage to the games this week with all the games workouts. We did all 7 and programmed all 7. A little bit out of order, but only by one. The handstand hold was on the second day, and we just moved that to this first series of first 3. So we did those 4. Friendly Fran, the one rep max front squat. We did the handstand hold as some practice, but gave people a chance to kind of see and feel what that felt like, which is kind of cool and extremely humbling and frustratingly hard. And then Damn Diane, which same thing, thought it would go a lot better, but whatever.
I can sum up Damn Diane in one word.
So actually,
Damn.
Shelly, when she took the class, she said the alliteration. I think she's getting mixed up between Nasty Nancy and Awful Annie.
Right.
Called it Dirty Diane, which that's a whole different workout, Shelly.
Yeah.
So you still have the d, but nah, Damn Diane. That's a good one. And then the 1,000-meter row, which right now in this recording has not yet happened, but I can go ahead and tell you is going to crush people.
If they do it right.
If they do it right.
Yeah.
And everyone's like starting, I think the realization of what it is starting to sink in of like, well, wait a second. Is this one where I should just go out and, fall apart in the end? And my answer is yes. Like this is a, start hard, hold it, sprint to the finish.
Yeah.
Like this is a no joke. I had a high school, it wasn't in high school, maybe it was high school, I forget, but a swimming coach who described the 100-meter fly, 100-yard fly, 4 lengths of butterfly. And he said, yeah, it's real simple. This is one of the best events ever. It hurts more than almost anything else. Maybe a 400 IM is harder, but it's real simple. Gun's going to go off. You're going to jump off the block and you're going to go as fast as you can in that first lap. You're going to hit the wall. You're going to turn and you're going to go as fast as you can in the second lap. You're going to hit that wall. You're halfway through. You're going to turn and you're going to go as fast as you can in that third lap. When you make that turn into that fourth lap, BB. And we're all like, what do you mean, coach? He looks at us and he goes, brass motherfucking balls.
Something like BBB.
And we're like 13 years old, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
maybe in 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
And we're all in the pool and he says it. And when he said it, he said it pretty loudly and it echoed throughout the whole pool. And we all, oh. And my mom was sitting up in the stands, just, waiting to take us home or whatever. And afterwards she goes, Pete's a pretty passionate coach. You guys do know, like, don't use that language anywhere. Like that's pool deck language. Don't repeat that.
Yeah,
anywhere.
don't do that.
Yeah.
So you go back. I can go back. Brass mother balls.
Yeah. Let's try it again. Here we go. We're gonna time it. Brass mother balls.
Yeah. Best episode ever.
So the 1,000-meter row, right? The first 200, first 15 to 20 strokes, 150, 200 meters.
Just kind of get that.
Just go hard. Get that split down there. That middle 500, you just want to hold on and go hard. And that last 15, 20 strokes, brass mother balls. I hope it comes out on the screen.
It's going to.
That's delayed. I don't know if you can notice. We'll see.
Oh, it is a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like an old Jackie Chan movie.
I don't know. We'll see how it looks when it actually records because, whatever it is right now. Anyway, So Nasty Nancy on Friday, Awful Annie on Saturday.
Yeah.
Going long. It's been short up to this point. And then the end of the week, last 2 days of the week, we go long. And that's it.
Really good.
So in support of that week in review and our homage to the games, you had an idea.
I did, yes. I was like, about what? Oh, yeah. So
I'm still thinking about that. I'm still thinking about that brass.
Really? I'm thinking about that in the back of the car. So I thought, okay, this is, so we kind of talked about the games a month ago. This week is officially CrossFit Games. The final 5 men, the final 5 women. The fittest will be crowned by Sunday. So let's go ahead and do a little trivia. Cool. Now I was going through this. I did this one. So I'm going to ask the questions. You're going to be answering them.
Okay? I figured.
And I was going through this. I was like, okay, for the most part, I got most of them. There were a couple. I was like,
I see a line drawn at 14. Was that already there, or
that's for me? That's for me. That's nothing you need to know. Because I have it Yeah, that's just for me to make sure I'm in the right spot when I'm going through the questions. But it's a 6 minute. You have 6 minutes to answer 20 questions.
Okay.
If you have to pass on one, pass. We'll come back to it. No big deal. And yeah, this is going to be good because I think your knowledge of athletes and placements and certain events and stuff is better than mine. And I felt like I did pretty good. I feel confident. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say you're getting an 18 out of 20 minimum.
Okay.
I think at least a 90%.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel good.
I appreciate that.
I feel like no pressure. Because there's a couple. It's like, I bet he'll like know who. Like it was like you can picture the person, but maybe you can't remember their names. So we come back to it.
Okay. So should I start it? Can I start in 10 seconds?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I got my countdown here so that the camera has video evidence that we kept it to the 6 minutes.
All right.
2, 1.
Okay. First question. Of course, as it's okay. Name a male athlete that has had their highest placing second at the games before 2020.
Highest placing second. Josh Bridges.
Josh Bridges. Good answer. Oh, see, now I have to go back and forth because, okay, ready?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you're going to give sound effects too.
So.
We should probably skip that part or else.
Yeah. That was my, got it.
Oh.
Okay, cool. All right.
That might get complicated. Now we need staff. We need a producer.
Yeah, this is getting crazy already. All right, cool. Sorry, 6 minutes, plenty of time. You've done less than 6 minutes. All right. Name a 2016 event name a 2016 event which was an altered repeat of the 2015 games.
The wall ball GHD hill sprint workout.
No.
Or the deadlift.
No, 26. So it was
right. 2016 was an alteration of the 2000 and
there was so there's actually 3 you can choose from. It was an altered event from 2015.
Oh, from 2015.
2015.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, what event in 2016 was an altered version of
Redemption or not it's like Redemption or there was the ring handstand push up.
So Redemption.
Pegboard.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the name of it.
So I think that was Redemption.
Is that
Redemption had the pegboard? So
it was like testing and then Redemption. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Okay.
Listen to the whole question.
So DT, Murph, or Redemption, which had the pegboard. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, because DT was double DT instead of heavy DT. Right. Murph was the change in the things.
The way he partitioned it. Yep.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
By the way, no studying on this. I didn't do
no study. Yeah, I
came in cold.
I literally it was like an hour, and I knew you were starting to work out. All right. Who was the highest placing American woman in 2016?
Julie Fouché?
No.
God dang it.
2016.
Yeah. She was already retired.
Yeah. Super abs.
Carrie Pierce?
Got it.
You can count. I would not have gotten that because there's a lot of options in there.
Okay. All right. Which is the name of the team Rich Froning created once retiring from individual competition?
Mayhem Freedom.
Got it. Nice.
So we have a chance of which one?
Which male athlete retired from competition after winning an event in 2016?
Oh, sugar.
Again, you can say pass. We can come back to it.
Pass.
What event did Kara Webb / Saunders suffer heat stroke in 2015?
Murph.
Got it. Where were the first 3 years of the games held? What city?
Aramis.
Got it.
The Ranch.
Which male athlete? Sorry, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're already halfway.
7. Yep. Which male athlete won the most events in 2016?
Rich Froning. No. It's either Ben Smith or Matt Frazier.
Neither.
Really? I don't know.
The professor.
Really?
Yeah.
Fikowski.
Huh?
All right.
Name either of the 2 Icelandic women who have retained the games
Annie and
prior
Katrin.
to 2020. Yep. Got it. All right. This is question number 10. Which athlete missed out in 2016 after finishing 4th the previous year? Due to injury. I was due to an injury.
So they did not make the games because of an injury.
Right. They finished 4th in 2015.
And then didn't make it to the 16.
Didn't make it to 16 games.
It was a woman?
Man. Very popular name. Like old and new.
Was it Bridges?
No.
Knee injury?
No. That was like 18.
No, was that
same. You're on the right track. You're on the right track.
Smith? Ben Smith?
No.
I don't know.
Dan Bailey.
Oh.
It's good though. As I said, right track. It's like, one of the good brothers. This one's tough. What was the name of the event involving the monkey bars and front squats in 2011?
Killer Cage.
Yes, dude. That's awesome. See, that's the stuff. I was like, he's going to get this.
Well, so there's gigantic holes from, like, for me, from 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of lost interest in the details of, like, the individuals. Because they all kind of, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Anyway, keep
going. What implemented athletes have to push in the 2019 sprint couplet event?
Oh, that razor sled.
The sled, sled, got it. Cool.
Like I know events, I don't know people after those certain times.
In 2015, which man won back-to-back events on the final day?
15. So that was still Froning.
Mm-hmm.
Smith then. Ben Smith? Not Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Olsen? I don't know.
So you had Spencer Hendel.
Oh.
Which event did Rich Froning... crap, I can't read that. Oh, which event did Rich Froning start walking in 2014?
Oh, 333.
Got it. Cool. Which male athlete has won both 2014 and 2015 games team series?
Scott Panchak?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Froning?
Ben Smith. We got a few more. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
That was awesome. You're doing awesome. These are hard. These are hard. All right. I thought your knowledge of the more recent ones was better than the older. Yeah. So, but these are hard. Some of them I would have never even gotten close. This one, hold on. What movement could Matt Fraser not complete in the 2015 games?
Oh, it was that was Bridges with that deadlift, those kettlebell deadlifts. Wait, Matt Fraser could not compete.
He could not compete. He could not complete in the 2015 games. Don't overthink it.
I know. I'm trying.
He's struggled with it. He's really struggled with it. Not as bad as somebody else has struggled with it.
Was it rope climbs?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right. With the, I remember now, and I remember him. Yeah, that like
and that's what like the Fraser component.
And that's what actually kept him from winning 15.
Yeah,
Ben Smith. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember. That's a good clue.
Okay, this one, if you get wrong, I think
we're not going to be able to hang on anymore.
Which French Canadian won the games in her standout year 2014? Nailed it. Beautiful. You do kind of look like a French guy.
When I do that.
Which athlete won both row events in 2013?
Jason Kalipa. Nobody expected that one. That was the year after he started working with, what's his face? With Hinshaw. Yeah, that's a great story.
Which female competed in both the CrossFit Games and the Olympics in 2016?
Tia Claire Toomey.
She did. All right, this is one where I was like, I don't know if you'll get it. Because it's obscure.
Yeah.
It's like a name that I'm like, okay, I remember the name, but I never would have got it. Which athlete won bike event crit at the 2018 Games?
Guys or girl?
Guys. Weren't they together though? Didn't they go together?
I don't remember if the fields were together.
Was this guy? Was not guy?
Yeah. I remember the sprint.
What country is he?
I don't remember his name. I can see his face.
Okay, let me see if I can come up with countries from.
Okay. It wasn't one.
Switzerland.
Oh, yeah. He did well in the row too. I don't remember.
Adrian Munweiler.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. That was one I was like, oh, that's going to be a tough one. Cool. Okay. That's 20 questions.
That was 20?
Nice job. Yeah.
What was the one I skipped? I went back.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back.
After he won an event, he retired. I wanted to say Matt Chan.
Which male athlete retired from the competition after winning an event in 2016?
Yeah.
I don't think Matt Chan's
I don't think he made it that
2012.
far. Yeah. And same with like Spieler. He was already at Masters.
I'm trying to think of what he was. He was a very likable guy.
Yeah.
He is. I'll give you another one. Is he from Switzerland?
I can think of Stacey Tovar doing something similar where she left her shoes.
He's Finnish. He's from Finland.
Yeah.
Jon Koski.
Got it.
Which I read that. I didn't realize he retired.
They had.
I guess I remember that.
He and what's her face are having the baby. That's Annie Torstadter's.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. Yeah. Good for them. Cool. So let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is great
11.
radio. It's making great radio.
13, 14, 15, 16.
I got 16 right?
Yeah.
Really?
16, yeah.
I'll take it. That's an 80%. That's a B.
Didn't get Yon. Didn't get Brent. Didn't get Dan. You didn't get Spencer. Oh, so 15. 15 out of 20.
That's still 75%, man.
Nice job.
You know what they call a doc? You know what they call a guy who gets. Oh my gosh! Do you know what they call someone who graduates from medical school with a 75%?
A doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah. You know what they call a guy in baseball with a 30% success rate? Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. That's all right. Those are actually, I think those are well represented. Little heavy on the modern or contemporary games.
Yeah.
I think, but whatever. It's it was good. It would have been cool to go back to some of like the 09, 10 stuff. But I thought that's a good little quiz.
Yeah. I think
Ryan Friend would have crushed that one. Tommy Marquez. That would be fun to see them try and take something like that with all their like bluster, but without studying. Yeah. Like let them come cold.
Yeah.
I bet you they do even better because they do know something. But I've been.
I feel like they would like the Jon Koski one. I feel like they would remember. I feel like Adrian Munweiler they'd remember. But some of those
there are times when they're talking and they misremember stuff, which to me seems like it should just be like that's common knowledge, and that like those programs are their livelihood. Like they would have done the research and would have the notes right there. Right. But then again, I'm also. Maybe they're not, and it's kind of free flowing.
They do, yeah. Like they have an outline, but it's
their depth of knowledge in this stuff is always. I'm always. I pick and choose.
It's their job,
right? I pick and choose when I want to be. Oh, you guys are so dumb. I can't believe you didn't know that. And meanwhile, they've listed out like 15 facts that I would have never.
Like known. I really hope someone listening to this gives you a hard time when you're coaching your class about not remembering.
I can't believe you didn't remember Jon Koski retiring after he won that one event. I mean, it was so great.
It's like one of the greatest things. I have a picture of it.
You know what I don't remember? I don't even remember your name. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Can we do that again?
That was a little aggressive. Sorry,
I need a faster. All right.
Yeah.
I don't remember your name.
I don't even remember your name. Get the out.
Okay. There we go. It's good radio, folks.
That is good radio.
Oh my gosh. Cool. Yeah, that was good. That'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. I saw Arm & Hammer put out something about some of the workouts that have been announced, and I don't think I'm surprisingly critical of these games but I think it's from a very. It's not critical in like it's not what I would have done, but
I just am always. I always find it interesting when I don't actually agree with most of his critiques, and then there's often not a follow-up from him when after it's over, like, wow, that was actually really good.
That was better than I hoped. And,
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I gotta say, I like listening to him. I like the way he reports stuff better than some of the other outlets. I think, like, Buddy Robos are fun, but like, they're not going to say a bad thing about anyone. They're not going to criticize anyone. We've talked about Morning Chalk Up. Arm & Hammer, I think, comes at it from a more professional standpoint, but you're right. Like, he never follows up and is like, that was totally wrong. That was awesome.
Yeah. And it really did determine who it identified. Like, they all were, all over the place on, God, these workouts, they're all going to be short and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, well, what about the last two, which are really long?
Yeah.
And you had all these athletes complaining 2 years ago or last year in 19 about how the cuts happened before there was like short, fast power output events. So, all right, here you go.
Now you get them all.
Here's Fran. Granted, it's a 115-pound thruster, but that's going to get really heavy really fast. Yeah. Oh, hey, here's damn Diane. That got really heavy on those deadlifts at 315 and 205 pretty fast. And it's like, this is CrossFit. You got to be fast, you got to be strong, and you got to have power output. So they tested like all these short events first to earn your way to the long event with Naughty Nancy and Awful Annie. And it's like, and there's also a medium heavy barbell for them at that clean that you got to move quickly. It's like, first off, unknown and unknowable.
Yep.
There's going to be variance. Mix and match it. It shouldn't matter what the order is. All of that, if you go back and read your level 1 manual there, moderator, you're going to realize like you sound like an idiot because you're not actually looking at what it's testing.
I was wondering, do you think he's taking his level 1?
I don't know, but they shouldn't. They should. If they're not.
If they're reporting on this, they should.
It's like a football commentator not understanding what offsides is. Do you know what? Like it's like it's a fundamental component to the game, like that. To understand how the game is played, like that line matters, and the constant like pushing of that line and sort of like getting there, and then like who can actually like run over it,
time it perfectly,
right? Like all of that, like that's what makes the game so exciting. People hate football. It's 10 minutes or 10 seconds of motion, and then they stand around. It's like, well, that's the game. It's sprints and like fast power, and so they did that all first, and then they tested the long events. And so you saw the athletes who maybe weren't good and weren't awesome at high power output, didn't do so hot at the beginning, but they held on enough to then really come back strong. And the ones who are good across the whole gamut, Tia and Matt, stood up there. Brooke, right? She's pretty well balanced. She's figured her stuff out.
Yeah,
she stayed. Sure. She was there the whole time. Like there was never really a dip. Haley Adams was kind of there the whole time. Like so.
No, Olsen had the one event that I think,
but same thing. Guys figured his stuff out and kind of rounded himself. Like he's fixed his holes. So they never came back and said it was sort of the that one of them gave the excuse of like, I really dislike when CrossFit says, the test will be a valid test because the people who make it through are the people who make it through, and they're the ones who should have made it through.
It's pretty straightforward,
right? It's like, and I get it. It's a very solipsistic argument, right? It's like it's constantly proving itself by proving itself,
right?
Like, okay, I can understand where that could be problematic, but it isn't. The test follows. Just look at like the programming template that CrossFit.com and the journal has talked about forever. It did what it was supposed to do. You had really, really short. You had high-end gymnastics, you had monstructual weightlifting and gymnastics, you had variance across your time domains. The only one, and this is, Tommy made a good point or somebody, and actually Dave talked about it on, I think one of his interviews recently on a podcast, Dave Castro talked about it. The only one he said he might have changed was he may have made the 1,000-meter row more like a 1,500 or a 2K.
Right.
Like to get that 6 to 8 minute window, that's the only place he feels like they were kind of missing. But it changes the emotional element of that 1,000-meter to make it a little bit longer because you're going to have to pace. That 1,000-meter row is horrible.
If you pace, you lose.
Yeah. It is legitimately who can push that their sprint event that they can test early with like at the games with the push or whatever.
Right.
And so the 5 who are going, I don't know. I feel like anyone who is giving CrossFit a hard time for what they've accomplished to get this thing off the ground and execute it, you do it then. right?
I think they're
step
just,
up
yeah.
and you tell me how to manage an international competition where legitimately it was fair for all 30 participants. And the cost and the getting the judges out there and like, it was amazing. And from a spectator experience, like, okay, granted, yeah, you didn't get to see them live and you had to wait an hour or two until stuff was, compilated into this one thing. But oh my God, the stuff that's out there now to be able to watch the comparisons and stuff. And by the way, it's going to be live. It's live right now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, wow. Like it is. And have you seen some of the promos of like their trailers? Cool. They've got like their names on them. So cool. And the way the field is going to be laid out for the total.
I love that they've already put out videos too of like the ones where like Bosman's talking about.
I've watched them all. Like, holy.
And you know what's crazy watching it? Those are the athletes that didn't make the games.
They would have Like those are the people that would have gotten like 7th and 8th at regionals.
Right.
Who are like they're demigods.
Yeah.
The gods are still going to do these workouts and they are going to like, we're camping this weekend. So I don't really like to camp anyway. I mean, I can do it and it's fine. And I
think we've had it like,
so we got a cabin, but there's 2 loops because all the cabins on the main loop where everyone's going to be we're taken. So I got a cabin on like the off loop. I checked AT&T's cell signal. It's 5G, baby. I'm going to be streaming those games in that cabin on my porch.
You're going to get a hot spot before you go.
Y'all are more than welcome to come out and hang out over here. But I'm actually eyeing that coffee pot. I'm taking the coffee pot.
Try to take the projector with you.
I don't know I don't want to bother with that. I'm going to set up my screen. I'm going to set this up. Like, yes, it's going to be cool to go camping with other people and stuff, but it's for the boys. I'm going to be hanging out in that cabin, watching the games all weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
That's really awesome.
Anyway, I would, maybe it's a double grab. I am so grateful to Rosa's support of CrossFit, Castro's, just tenaciousness to stay in tenacity, to stay in with it and just keep saying like, hey, I got a mission to complete. They have made my job as a programmer, as a fan of CrossFit, as a fan of the competition in the sport, so much fun because we got to program this stuff and we get to do it.
Yeah.
And holy crap, taking a slice of humble pie, like these workouts are ridiculous. And I'm glad we're doing them now because it's already identified 3 holes for me that I got to shore up come February. Because stuff's coming again.
So the handstand push-ups.
Handstand push-ups still, freaking high volume chest to bar pull-ups and thrusters still. Just,
what's missing in the pull-ups? Just the capacity, or is there something in your?
It's capacity. I mean, it's these. My ridiculously long arms and tiny little torso.
Get those out of my face.
Yeah. So I know that, right? Like I know, but you can know it. Just because you know it doesn't make it an excuse. You still have the opportunity to continue to improve.
Yeah.
And so I do and not with overtraining, but like position work, like stop doing doing kipping gymnastics and start doing more strict chest to bars, strict chest to bar into kipping chest to bar, back into strict chest to bar, like it's that funny, type of thing.
Going back to our gymnastics cert and just like that kind of refocus on like, I mean, even your pull-ups like need to start with that kind of straight arm push down.
Yeah.
And like the difference that like when you feel it, you're like,
there it is. And I lose it because the thruster fatigues it.
Yeah.
And so, for me, it's an emotional thing because then like today I get into my head and I start like, and then,
Oh no, that's supposed to be baby cry. Now baby's laughing.
Laughing at you.
Yeah.
Stupid baby.
Or we can do this. Is that what's going on in your head?
No, that's too happy.
Yeah.
It would be that there's a meme of the kid who's so tired and he can't stay awake and he's at the table. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's me with those handstand push-ups. Yeah. I've done all this work and they still fall apart. But as I said at the beginning,
now it's hitting buttons.
As I said, that workout comes out a year ago. I don't even get the first 15 done.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool that I was still able to do all 45.
Do you think right now, I think about this every time we talk about handstand push-ups and the work you're putting in your handstand push-ups, and there was the chipper that finished with the handstand push-ups. Do you think you get through that now?
I do. the wall balls.
Because it was a big jump from the first time you did it
to the
next
second
time you
one.
did it.
Yeah. And it's I think it's the managing of the wall balls
Yeah.
and the managing of those handstand push-ups. Plus, they weren't strict.
No.
It was kipping, so I could definitely do 55 kipping handstand push-ups now.
Yeah.
But it's we're not wired to look back. We're always wired to look like, oh, it's that scarcity or that comparing mind.
Right.
So whatever. Again, well done. The freaking experts at this thing never fail to find something to make you like, I suck again. And that's it. And that's why it's so infinitely scalable. And you are limited solely by your imagination in how far you want to keep improving.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my gratitude is thanks Castro and Eric Rosa and the CrossFit team. Rosa for supporting it, Castro for birthing it, and then all the non-named folks who just continue to make it happen.
Sorry, you say birth, and sure enough, like the fart button shows up on my like looking right at it when you say it.
So yeah, there you go. It's been a week. That sounded like a Friends one. Right?
That's the same one. Yeah, we definitely need someone now. We just need someone here now. Like, you're not allowed to talk. I just need
sit
you to
sit right there. That's off
buttons.
camera. You guys can't see that.
Yeah. Cool.